Welcome to Sovngarde, a collection that's the third most popular on the Nexus, I believe. It has 1.8 thousand mods and is only 52 gigs large. The main feature listed on the About page is as follows: immersion at the core. NPCs will react to your race and actions. The world will change over time as a result of your choices. You will start at the bottom and grow in power. It supports all sorts of playstyles, and with player choice being at the center, meet Reza Firescale, an Argonian from one of the Black March thief circles. Just look at this little guy. Snake reptile eyes and a koi fish mustache. It even has physics on it. We picked some clothes which have a new value on it, warmth. Rummage through the end table for some spells, and the books cannot be read instantly. You've got to take the time to read them. And in the meantime, your character gets tired, stressed, cold or hungry. So I can already presume I'm no longer learning everything instantly, and instead picking things up to be read in an inn or something. A new spell, Poison. At least I think it's new, I hadn't seen it before. But it suits our Argonian well. And we've also got Healing, which will be necessary because there's no passive health regeneration. There's a note on the table. Also notice that the time doesn't stop when I read this note, nor does it stop in any menu. Is this a dream? Who am I? What am I doing here? There's only one way to find out. I should gather my gear, speak to the messenger, and exit this room. Destiny awaits. This blew my mind the first time I saw it. Just simply the arm reaching out and the cupboard opening. Amazing. Just look at this classic helmet. God, it looks so good. I have to do something about the permanent hair, maybe. We choose some weapons from this crate, but not all of them can be carried at once. When putting them into your favorites, it all displays on the character. He's carrying them physically. This means it's not easy to, like, in combat, choose any of the weapons you have on you. You have to know which one is on which, what's it called, hotkey, and get used to that. Because going into your even favorites menu, that doesn't pause the game either. I just pick up a dagger, the classic longbow with 50 arrows, and this spear. I don't know if it's any good, but my reasoning is it's a long weapon, it keeps them at a distance, and yeah, I just wanted to try it out. We pick up some jewelry here. There's earrings even. You pick up the silver necklace and ring, but I'm hoping, none of these are enchanted. I'm hoping I can do so later. Perhaps even on the earrings, which on Argonians look like, what's it called? Like those brow piercings. Pretty badass! Pick up the 3 potions, and with this book we can select 3 traits. I love the roleplay potential almost all of these have. Some of them are brutal, like Cutthroat. You deal 25% more damage with daggers, but 25% less with magic and any other weapon. It can be viable, and I see potential in all of these, but I went a little milder with it. First pick, Natural Conduit. The weather fortifies or weakens your elemental spells by 15%. You shock in the rain, frost when it snows, and fire when it's sunny. This just makes sense to me, and would be standard in the game if I had made it. Second perk, Rune Warden. Runes deal 25 more damage, but cost 25 more magicka. 25%. I'm planning on leveling magic anyway, so this will be a worthwhile trade-off, let's hope. The third trait is ranged summoner. Conjuration spells can be cast twice as far, but they cost 25% magicka. That means it's up to 50 for conjuring runes now. Not an excellent perk, but none of them are flat out good. We'll have to learn to work around our flaws. Let's pick up this fishing rod, even though I should watch my weight. Carry weight, that is. And choose the Thieves Guild. As Firescale is already a thief and just arrived in Riften, with the Thieves Guild start, there's no need to prove himself to Brynjolf again. He just immediately has a job for us, should we want it. Another system I like is that you do not know people's names before talking to them.
I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again.
Apparently there's a lot more interactions with the denizens of Skyrim. You can beg or fight or barter with them.
Get away from me.
Sovngarde didn't want to give me any money. Understandable. And here is a male Khajiit that I don't remember seeing here. He must be you. Talks about the other ones just like he was part of this. He's very seamless. He tells us we're being loud and that he heard us coming from a mile away. Obviously, I just wanted to talk. When I use stealth, you won't know it. Knives is an assassin who likes stealth and whispers everything he says. But look at this. The ears that go down with the change in this expression. Expressive details like this. That's how you know that Bethesda didn't make this. I hope he'll be available as a companion later, because I like him. But for now, let's try and leave the Ratway. Because we didn't have to come in, we'll have to fight our way out. So it's a good moment to try our new weapon here, the spear. And as I do so, I'll read the main feature listed on the mod collection page. It says, immersion at the core. NPCs will react to your race and actions. The world will change over time as a result of your choices. You will start at the bottom and grow in power. And I have to say, it really works so far. I feel like a weakling. But it's a big complaint people had about vanilla Skyrim. You're immediately insanely good. I heard this version is much more brutal, with seasons, weather effects and survival elements. The world map is also the kind I like. A paper version that doesn't tell you where you are. Talk about immersion. There will be no fast traveling either. That's turned off. That means that the cart system finally has a use.
Well met, friend. You're a stranger.
We made it out
Am I right?
and talked to Mjol at the gate before leaving. She lost her sword in one of the Dwemer ruins. Maybe later.
Of course.
Beat you in a fist fight. You match the bet.
Hofgrir Horse Crusher
Gives in.
boasts about being the best fighter in Riften.
All right. Remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks, and none of those fancy magic spells either. Here we go. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Sure, no fancy spells or weapons, but he didn't say anything about my Argonian claws, which makes short work of him. And afterwards he agrees to sell me one of the horses. Using the map, I try to navigate my way to the gate at the southeastern border. We saved this male Khajiit from some wolves. It seems the mods have even fixed Maik, who now goes back to zooming off after saying one of his wisdoms.
Maik wishes you well. Maik carries 2 weapons to be safe. What if one breaks? That would be most unlucky.
On the way, we're attacked by a high elf and a gar, who is pretty strong and almost kills me, but I manage with mounted archery. I don't know what the health situation for the horse is, but it must be pretty banged up, because the beast got some solid hits in. The mage dropped a staff of poison spray. Moving on, we run into a familiar face. Yes, Zelzas is part of the Gate to Sovngarde collection.
So good to meet a fellow Seville so far from the marsh. Allow me to
With how they
introduce myself.
changed alchemy,
I am Celsius.
you need empty vials to create potions,
Currently on my way
and
to
the need for
Redspire in
food,
High Rock to meet
his
the
skills
Superior
are going to change from cool gimmick to necessity.
Tavarnis a few weeks
We all
ago.
know and love Zelzas,
It's been a
right?
long journey,
He needs no introduction.
and it will be longer still.
Basically, he is a lawman from Morrowind looking for an escort to High Rock.
Save for the occasional trip back to
He is happy to run into another Argonian, and Firescale is happy to help a marsh friend
I
out.
understand the only way there by land from here is through Hammerfell. You don't need to escort me the whole way. The Hammerfell gate would be more than sufficient, respecting your time.
Sure, I can escort you for a bit.
Fantastic. Here, I brought this from Morrowind. See it as a prepay for services rendered. Talvani Bugmask.
Oh man, I've seen you can become dirty, and some people even comment on you,
It does wonders
your
for
smell,
getting people to like
so
it.
this might come in handy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's be off then.
Back in Riften, we extort some of the local businesses for the Thieves Guild and try to help out Svanna Fairshield,
Everything about her.
who wants to shame her aunt for being a whore.
She takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm, to rub her nose in it.
We managed to get 2 of the 3 marks of the Bella needed for this, but the stable master cannot be persuaded or intimidated.
You lost?
It's not even on his person. I suppose I'll have to come back later, as I don't want to kill him.
Over. If word gets around that I bedded her, they'll lose all respect for me at the meadery. Take the mark if you want it.
Look, it was one night, okay? I think she slipped something in my drink. I haven't even been back to the bunkhouse since. Just take this damn thing. I never want to see it again.
I thought the courier was bugged because I heard him doing his spiel, and I thought he was just doing his dialogue to nothing, but actually he was delivering a letter to someone else, inviting them to the Museum of Dawnstar. And I realized, oh yeah, you're not the only person in this world.
Sugar and sands, friend. Can I interest you in a bouquet of flowers for your special someone?
Yushari, the young Khajiit, tries to sell us some flowers and gives us some gossip about Helga's whorish ways.
Love is like the seasons. There are winters and springs. When people don't buy flowers, things go bad and everyone hates each other. This is winter. I tell them spring never comes because they are not buying flowers, but they are poor, so they try talking to their spouse instead. This is why Helga's bed is never cold and the wives are being cheated on. Helga does not bother with the talking. She just buys flowers and puts them under her frock.
I buy 1 purple mountain flower. Support local businesses.
Need something.
Since we had to be in the fishery anyway, let's talk to Swims in Deep Water. He gives us a quest to fish in several locations to capture them.
Here, take a look at this.
I accept the quest. Might as well learn to do it if my survival is going to depend on gathering food.
Marsh friend, I can teach
The guy from the fishery who cheats on his wife also asked me to deliver a letter to Markarth. That is quite far away, but I was planning on going to Whiterun anyway, so let's stop on the way there. I recruited Mercurio, this mercenary mage from the Bee and Barb Inn. Cost me 1.3 thousand septims, but I think the additional firepower will be needed on these treacherous roads.